What's up, guys? Welcome back to Young, Hot, and Divorced. I'm Tori. And when I got divorced at 26 and 29, I did not have many role models to look to. Personally, nobody my own age that I knew was going through a divorce or even close to anything like that. And there was nobody for me to look to and say, that's what going through a divorce at such a young age looks like, feels like. Nobody I knew had overcome it. But there were people that I used to look up to and still do that were young, hot, and divorced. And that person that I first found was Miley Cyrus. So I know everybody's freaking out about the Hannah Montana anniversary, and I am too. Like, I'm so excited. Back to the point, Miley Cyrus got divorced super young. She also got married super young. And I was also encouraged by the fact that Miley had gotten married young. So, like, it was totally fine for me to get married young. And seeing her get divorced and go through everything she went through in that whole, like, can't be tamed wrecking ball era really gave me hope because she just showed such incredible strength and determination. And she was like, F this, this is how I want to live my life and I'm going to do it. And she didn't let Liam silence her. There are photos and videos on red carpets where he's basically telling her to be less. And she's just like, ugh. And I really think that she set a good example in the sense that she left. There are plenty of people that stay in relationships where their partner is not their number one fan and they don't support the person that their partner truly is. And that's a misalignment and that's okay. I think that there's people who go into things with the right intentions and are super hopeful, but the longer you stay in a relationship, the more that these things come out. So having Miley Cyrus to look to as a young millennial was super helpful. There are also other celebrities that came to mind, specifically in music, Kelsea Ballerini and Ariana Grande. They both got divorced really young. And Ariana has also called off an engagement, which is something that I think is probably one of the bravest things you can do. Like, once you've already gotten the ring and booked a venue and sent out invitations, especially, to call that all back is something that takes incredible strength. So, to anybody who's done that, I truly admire you. And if you've called off an engagement, let me know in the comments because, like, round of applause, you deserve it. That's not to say anything less about anybody who has basically called off a marriage. I think that that's something to be admired as well. I know that statement is a little controversial, but that's just my opinion. So, Ariana also got married and then she got divorced, and her relationship was more private than the other celebrities. So, we didn't know too much about that relationship. And it was with somebody who wasn't a celebrity. And again, I think that that's just a misalignment. And not that I had much insight into their relationship, but I really admired her moving on too. Now, her moving on was super controversial because she ended up getting with one of her co stars who was married and recently had a baby. And, I'm not one to judge that situation, but I will say, she did not give a fuck. She just went on and did whatever she wanted to do, whatever was best for her. And I admire that. I think that that was something to look up to. Again, these women just unapologetically moved on and didn't care about what other people thought. They did what they had to do for their own happiness. And that was something that I had to look up to. The next person that came to mind was Kelsea Ballerini, who I have to say made my favorite album post divorce. I mean, the music that came out of that divorce was incredible. So, things happen for a reason. And I hope that she was able to see how many people she resonated with and how vulnerable she was and how much she was able to connect with other people because of that vulnerability. And that's something that inspired me as well. I am doing this podcast and I really put myself out there and I talk about things that are really hard, and it's me being vulnerable. I have been attacked online plenty, and I know that that comes with the territory, but it's still brave to be able to speak your truth and hope that you're doing it for a good reason. You're sharing the heartache, the heartbreak, but also all of the good that's to come. And that's what I really like to focus on. And the good with Kelsey ended up being another beautiful relationship. And that has recently been a little rocky, but nonetheless, she seems to be doing what makes her happy. They called off their relationship very publicly and then had the balls to get back into it and basically tell the world to like back off and leave them alone. And that's so admirable too, because it's like kind of embarrassing to break off any sort of relationship. The whole world knows about it. And then to decide to get back together is something that might not be very supported, especially by the public. And that takes some balls and some bravery too. So these young women that were role models in general, to me, always happened to go through something that was super similar to me. And it only made them more relatable. So that's really something that I strive to do with this podcast. So if you're young, hot, and divorced and you want to tell your story or just want to leave a comment, I love responding to all the comments. So I would love if you did that. And if you've made it this far into the video, please like and subscribe. It helps me so much more than you know, and I appreciate it so much. There are so many people in Hollywood who unapologetically get divorced. It's almost like an expected culture thing at this point, but in real life, divorce is becoming more popular as well. And I'm not saying that that's a good thing, but I am saying that a lot of people out there need something or someone to relate to about this topic because it's something that's frowned upon. And the reality is that sometimes things just don't work out. And I want to bring faith into this conversation as well because God put you with somebody for a reason, and whatever you learned through that relationship was meant to be. But He also took you away from that person and removed that person from your life because there is more for you. There is life past this breakup, past this divorce, past this called off engagement, whatever it may be. And there is so much beauty in that. To not know what is coming next, but just to have faith that whatever it is was meant for you. I think that that's a beautiful way looking at something that might be difficult to see the good in. All of these women that I looked up to and admired growing up have come through the other side and only are stronger for it. And I think that that's amazing to show young women and young people in general that there is success. There is life after divorce. There is so much good and still so much to be celebrated. One of the things that has come from my divorce is this podcast. And similarly, I feel like without the trials and tribulations in my life, there would be nothing for me to be able to connect with others. This road has brought so many people into my life. It's also taken away a lot of people in my life. And having faith is the only thing that really gets you through that, in the sense that you have to be strong. You have to find the strength. You have to keep going because so much good can even come out of your pain. For example, like when Kelsey made that album, so much good came out of her pain. And that's something that you should really inspire to if you're going through anything painful. It doesn't even have to be something with a relationship. I think that focusing, this is something that I say all the time, but I think it just holds true almost in every episode, that when you focus on the good truly does get better. And I think that there is so much good and so much to focus on, even if you don't see it. The sun still rose today. You're still breathing. I know that doesn't seem like much, but we should be so grateful for everything that life throws at us, the good, the bad, whatever it may be. I know my channel name, Young, Hot, and Divorced, strikes a chord with people, whether that be a pleasant chord or a unpleasant chord. I know that it still does. And it's something that I own because people have always classified divorcees as like unwanted, but the truth is that we're still young, we're still hot, and we just happen to be divorced. And honestly, I think that that is a trifecta that is actually super powerful. So, watching these women, specifically Miley Cyrus, I was the biggest Hannah Montana fan growing up, and watching her grow up quite literally alongside me and before my eyes and go through life stages similarly to how I did made me feel so much less alone and really gave me the strength and the path to look to and admire and aspire to. And even though divorce or any sort of, breakup is not really something to aspire to, like I said, so much good comes out of every situation that life throws at you. And it's really important to be focusing on the good. I think all of us have in common that we have fallen on our faces and we've chosen to get back up. And that takes bravery, that takes strength, to look somebody in the eye again and be like, I'm still standing with a smile on my face just takes true resilience. So, to anybody who is going through a divorce and especially a divorce at a really young age, I'm here for you. I feel you. I've been through something similar, and I hope that you're able to watch me still smiling, still chugging through, and doing great things because of it. So, if any of these women, Miley, Kelsea, Ariana, or even me, have inspired you and made you feel stronger, resilient, gave you the courage to leave or to even just stand up a little straighter, that is what it's all about. And welcome to the YHD crew. I just wanted to thank you guys again so much for watching. I hope you guys have an amazing and blessed day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.